I've always believed that a building is only as safe as the person who watches over it. Most people think of security as a lock on the door or a camera in the hallway, but that's just for show. Real safety is about knowing what's happening before anyone else does. That's why I took the job as property manager at the Maplewood Apartments so seriously. I wasn't just fixing leaky faucets or collecting rent. I was the quiet pulse behind every wall, the one who made sure nothing got out of hand. People are careless with their privacy. They leave their mailboxes unlocked, talk too loudly in the laundry room, forget to close their windows at night. I noticed these things. I made it my business to notice. At first, it was just curiosity. Who was fighting? Who was cheating? Who was hiding something? But curiosity is a seed, and in the right soil, it grows into something else. I started small. A misplaced package here, a maintenance request that took a little longer than usual there. I'd let myself into apartments when no one was home, just to look around. Not to steal, never that. I just wanted to understand the people I was responsible for, their habits, their weaknesses, their secrets. I kept notes, organized by unit number, in a little black notebook I carried everywhere. It's amazing what you can learn if you're patient. Mrs. Carter in 2B always left her keys on the kitchen counter. The young couple in 3A fought every Thursday night after trivia at the bar. The man in 1C was terrified of being alone, so he left his TV on all night, every night. I started to feel like I was the only one who really saw them, the only one who could keep them safe from themselves. Of course, sometimes people made things difficult. There was a woman in 4D, quiet, polite, always paid her rent on time, but she kept to herself, never left her blinds open, never spoke to the neighbors. She was a puzzle, and I don't like puzzles I can't solve. I started watching her more closely. I'd linger outside her door when I knew she was home, listening for any hint of her life. I rerouted her mail through the office just to see what she was getting. I even installed a new smoke detector in her unit, one with a tiny microphone hidden inside. She never noticed, but she must have felt something. People always do, eventually. She started double-locking her door, glancing over her shoulder in the hallway, asking if anyone else had complained about strange noises at night. I told her no, of course not, but I could see the suspicion in her eyes. She was getting too close, and I couldn't have that. I tried to back off to make her feel safe again, but it was too late. She started talking to the other tenants, asking questions, comparing notes. I heard my name in the whispers that followed me down the hall. I saw the way people looked at me, like I was a stranger in my own building. That's when I knew it was time to go. I packed my things in the middle of the night, left my keys on the office desk, and drove until the sun came up. I found a new city, a new building, a new set of faces to watch over. It's not as easy now. People are more careful, more suspicious, but old habits die hard. Sometimes I see news alerts about Maplewood. Former property manager wanted for questioning. Tenants report years of privacy violations. They never use my name, just my title. I wonder if they'll ever find me. I wonder if they even know what they're looking for. But I don't worry. I've always been good at blending in, at becoming part of the background. People only notice you when you want them to, and I've learned to be very, very quiet. I keep my routine simple now. I don't draw attention. I fix what needs fixing, nod politely in the hallway, and never linger too long in one place. But old instincts are hard to shake. I still notice the little things. The way the woman in 5B always checks her rearview mirror twice before pulling out of the garage, or how the man in 2C leaves his shoes perfectly aligned outside his door, as if he's waiting for someone to disturb them. I tell myself I'm just being thorough, just doing my job. But sometimes, late at night, I catch myself listening for footsteps in the hallway or watching the security feed a little longer than necessary. It's not about power, not really. It's about order, about making sure nothing happens that I don't know about. There are moments when I almost slip. A tenant leaves a maintenance request for a leaky faucet, and I find myself wandering through their living room, taking in the photos on the wall, the bills stacked on the counter. I remind myself to be careful, to leave everything exactly as I found it. But the urge to know, to understand, is always there, humming just beneath the surface. I've learned to be more cautious. No more notebooks, no more hidden microphones. Everything I need I keep in my head. Faces, routines, patterns. I watch for changes, for anything out of place. It's a kind of game, and I'm very good at it. Still, sometimes I wonder if someone is watching me. I catch a neighbor's eyes lingering a little too long, or notice a car parked across the street that I don't recognize. I tell myself it's just paranoia, that I'm imagining things. But I know how easy it is to become invisible, how simple it is to slip through the cracks. The news stories haven't stopped. Every few months, there's another article, another interview with a former tenant. They talk about the feeling of being watched, about the strange coincidences, the sense that someone was always one step ahead. They never have proof, just stories and suspicions. But it's enough to keep the search alive. I don't use my real name anymore. I keep my head down, pay my rent on time, and never give anyone a reason to remember me. But I can't help myself. I still watch, still listen, still keep track of the people around me. It's not about hurting anyone. It's about making sure everything is in its right place. Maybe one day they'll find me. Maybe someone will put the pieces together, follow the trail I left behind. But until then, I'll keep doing what I do best, watching, waiting, making sure nothing escapes my notice. After all, someone has to keep an eye on things.